So I think this is again one of the videos where the break between the streams was not big enough. I think YouTube will connect them to one single video, but that doesn't matter because nothing much is happening here. So it looks like we've got still some siltstone blocks here. Not too many though. Oh, what is this? Great horned owl head flying here. Bender is asking, do they actually stack single arrows, bolts? I don't think so. They are very dumb at times. Well, I think the hauling has improved a lot. Like if they are hauling lots of small items, they grab a couple of them in their hands and haul them together. But with bolts and arrows, I don't know. But I think it works with bolts and arrows as well. But I can confirm that I have seen a dwarf holding multiple small items at once. If they restack them, let's say 5 single bolts into a stack. I don't think that restacking works yet. Yeah, that's true. The analytical is asking, how long did it take you to be able to understand the icons and to be able to see it like a map? I don't know. When I started Dwarf Fortress, I was playing with a graphic tile set like Phoebus or something, and that was easy because you saw the symbols of a plant, of a barrel, of a, I don't know, of a Marx dwarf, of a miner, a reindeer. It was very easy to distinguish with the graphic tile set, but well, I've played like 2 years. I've played Dwarf Fortress for 2 years with this graphic tile set, and then I decided I want to go back to the roots and use the ASCII. And from there it took me like 2 weeks. Not a long time to get used to it. Because back then there was no such thing like text will be text. There is a mod for Dwarf Fortress called text will be text, which distinguishes whether this O is a text or whether it's actually a symbol for the pillar. The same for, I don't know, same for these O's. Right now they mean levers, on or off, but they also appear in text sometimes. But of course, in a graphic tile set, you would not want these lever symbols appear in a text. So text will be text somehow distinguishes these two. So Dwarf Fortress with text will be text is very friendly to graphic tile sets by now. But back then, when I was playing with the graphic tile set, I was more and more worried that the text is messy. So I returned to ASCII. And it was really no big trouble at all, because I was already familiar with Dwarf Fortress. When I wanted to start Dwarf Fortress and learn Dwarf Fortress, I also started with ASCII, but it was just too much. I found it very hard to understand without graphic tile set as a beginner. So I decided to use graphic tile set instead for the start. But I have heard that text will be text still is very it's a very dirty hack. Even the whole thing around graphic tile sets is a quite heavy low-level hack to Dwarf Fortress. And I have read some reports that players who play Dwarf Fortress are having trouble with text will be text, especially in the adventure mode, when you travel on the fast travel map and approach something, and then you switch into the normal world map, in the normal local map, then the game crashes very often. Not always, but very often. And without text will be text, it runs pretty stable. So yeah, I would not risk it. I don't like the idea of replaying the last season of the Fortress just because it crashed because some sort of mod or plugin. Because like one season in Dwarf Fortress, that's like 3 to 4 hours playtime for me in the later stages of the Fortress. Of course, at the beginning it's quite fast, but in the later stages like this 80-year-old Fortress, you play about 1 month, 1 hour. This is a sort of an exception because I'm doing nothing else but building, and I need to run the time to get this barracks built. But wouldn't I be building? I would do progress more slowly, and it would really take a lot of time to play the whole season worth of time. And losing that to a crash is just unacceptable for me. Yeah, just as you say, so the transition from graphic tileset to this was easy once I got the gist of Dwarf Fortress, once I understood how are things built. And well, there are still remaining minor things like goats. You can't tell whether this is a spear goblin or a mace goblin or a goat kid and a goat. They look all the same in text, but I mean that's I've got no issues with that. I know where my goats are and where my goblins are, and they rarely run into each other. Same as with this poultry. Yes, so as I said, I've got no issues with that. If I need to distinguish, I have the K cursor and can look what it is. Also, I like the ASCII art really much. I like how the symbols were chosen for representing certain things. That is really a nice, nicely done, and I couldn't appreciate that in graphic mode. Also, back then when I decided I will go full ASCII, was the time where the releases of Dwarf Fortress versions were, well, actually they were never really often, but I played Dwarf Fortress more often, and I more often tried a new version. And there was always troubles with new versions and updating graphic tile sets for a new version. You had to wait weeks and weeks until it was updated, and the new version was so tempting to play. You wanted to play it, but so the fastest way to play the brand new features of Dwarf Fortress was just plain ASCII and nothing. But nowadays I don't rush into playing new versions of Dwarf Fortress. Like, this is still the old version 40.24. I'm not playing the brand new 42.5 or whatever it is now, because DF hack, I have realized that DF hack is pretty much essential tool for user interface comfort, and I don't want to play without it anymore. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, in 4024 I have as much fun as I would have with the new version, so I can wait 2 or 3 months before. Actually, it's been already 2 or 3 months. I can wait half a year before DF hack is updated to keep up with the new version. Oh, caravan has arrived from the former mountain homes. We are now the mountain homes. Okay. Caravan from Rita's Chin. We can sell food. I think we've got tons of food, but I would like to keep the barrels. Because we are somewhat short of barrels. And this search feature is also a feature of DF Hack. It was pretty much not possible to sort out prepared food in the non-modded version. So how far do we go? Yeah, we sell all around 40. That should actually do. Our food is so precious, it should pay for the whole caravan. Greetings, Travel Star. Welcome to the stream. So our caravan just arrived. I've designated a couple of things to be hauled to the Traders Depot. But I'd like to have this barracks closed off before the spring arrives. How much blocks do we have here? Oh, pretty much none. Yeah, we need to craft them. Actually, we could butcher it. We need to butcher our boars, otherwise they will explode. Like will procreate explosively, or how is it called? exponential growth of boars. I have gilded my cats, so catsplosion is no longer a threat. But I was breeding stock for a very long time, so now all the stock is exploding. I have lots of sheep, lots of alpacas, horses. Look at my horse horde. Boars, okay, I'm butchering them now, so they are decreasing. But horses and llamas, alpacas, badger boars, goats, yaks, reindeers, incredible. I would slaughter them, but if I slaughter them too fast, I don't have the barrels to store the meat and everything, the food ingredients they yield. So I can't slaughter them too fast. Unless I'd make more barrels and more food stockpiles, but wood is sort of precious, so I try to play it a little slow now. So about these archery ranges, we want an armor stand to be right here. And I'll probably need something like a room here, or at least a wall. Because how big can be your barracks? It can't be infinitely big. Like, I mean the room designation. Ah, the 2 or 3 forgotten beasts are fighting each other. Ah, they are bringing gems. That's good, that's good. Okay, 2 more bins to be hauled to the traders depot. me check whether we haven't got any iron breastplate. Iron spear, wheelbarrow, iron disc. Are they stored down here? Shield, breastplate, bolts, helm. Why aren't they stored here? Well, we still have got plenty of iron bars, that's true. Steel bars. And we can produce more steel bars. Why aren't we extracting strands? We are extracting strands, come on. Werewolf, yeah, and werebear, they transformed into them. But they can't harm us. We should have enough stone blocks for building a floor here. Alright, so are we ready to trade? I will make a save game of this and upload it to DFFD, because the guys who are developing DF Hack asked for a save game with invaders and or merchants on a map. We have 2 prisoner and invaders and merchants now here, plus 2 uninvited guests. Maybe it will be of use to them. think we can resume playing meanwhile. Okay, so trader is requested. Okay, now let's see the trade. So lead bars, bronze bars, iron bars. Well, yeah, it's not too much, but metal bars are always welcome. Steel bars, look at this, even steel bars, charcoal, coke. Gems, wood, and barrels, yes. What is this? Bags, excellent, leather. Yeah, I think tons of leather now. Don't really need leather, but fish, excellent. Cheese, eggs, we take everything. We take everything. And prepared food barrel, finished goods. We mark everything. 1.7 million. Well, we pay them 10 times. Ten times as much. But yes, okay. Why not? Trade. I originally wanted to keep the bins and barrels, but Lord is here. What is this new devilry? That big construction outside. This big construction outside is an archery range, which will allow us to recycle the arrows, because we have pretty much depleted the metal ores on this map already, and we'll need to either fire bone bolts exclusively or recycle arrows, but who knows. So that's the new outdoor barracks, basically. It's nothing. It's no big trap for enemies or anything like that. But look at this. Strand extraction has begun, Lord. We haven't freed the spires from magma yet. It's just an unexpected early found of some adamantine. I thought that the tower starts, that the spire starts here, but it doesn't. It starts 2 levels higher up, and it happened so that when we have dug this, that we also found adamantine. I think we should be safe to dig it. We don't need to mine it really now. The less adamantine we mine, the less enemies we will attract. What are my masons? What are my masons? Come on. I need you there. We should be making stone blocks. Oh, and trader is no longer requested, did I? So how many stone blocks do we have left? Ooh, that's pretty much none. Well, we need like 37. I need to close this off as soon as possible. Well, we can. Oh yeah, lavish meal, come on. Start now. And brew drinks from plants, start now. My dyeing industry doesn't work. Why do other people dye than the skilled dyer? I have one dedicated dyer, and he should dye. Strand extractor. Our strand extractor is now, well, experience 210. Still dabbling though. Still dabbling. Yeah. Oh, pigtails are here. We can process them. I think we need barrels. I mustn't forget about cave adaptation of my military. I need to give them some drills every now and then. Otherwise they will be dizzy the next time they go out. And I need to geld my dogs. First train them. Then geld them. They're not getting dizzy as fast. That's good. We've got 7 metal strands. Give this. So can we smelt adamantine? Make adamantine wafers. We don't even need this stockpile here anymore. We'd rather have it here. Yeah, I think we will need a bigger metal stockpile. Like, I would like this to be enhanced. Or maybe well, let's see where do we have. I know where we have iron bars, but I don't know where we have gold bars. So let's see, zoom. They are all in the Traders Depot, so that's bad. We need gold bars to be stored somewhere here. Gold bars. Then next up, silver, I know, copper, I know, nickel, I don't know nickel. Okay, nickel. Nickel bars. Zinc and bronze. And look, we have lots of ash now, so I think we can make potash from ash. Make potash, and once we have potash, we can make pearl ash. And then clear glass items. And did we smelt adamantine? Yes, we did. We've got adamantine wafers here. Wow, that's cool. 1500. Adamantine wafers. Yes, maybe we should build a special metal forge just for adamantine. Is this magma safe material diorite? Is not. But Where are adamantine wafers stored? A wafer is practically a bar for stockpile purposes. Adamantine bars. Quartzite blocks. Good. So let me mine here. Finally, some blocks are starting to be here. How's my strand extractor doing? 240, so he's halfway to novice level. He's still dabbling, but well, it takes a really long time. Adamantine wafers. Ah, yes. I hope it will work now that the new archery range. Must build it pretty high here. they're going to dig the channel here. One dwarf died. Melee squad 9. Not died, but I somehow... Or maybe I just released him from service. Melee squad. Yeah, I don't exactly remember. Make crutches and make bucklers. Okay. Make a copper buckler. Actually, copper buckler is too precious. We make wooden buckler. Crutch. I suspect that our new archery range does not work. Yes, of course it doesn't work. Shooting, I have not designated the shooting direction. Bottom to top, bottom to top. The room can then be used by military dwarves who have no order, that is, that they are set to inactive or set to only active training in their schedule this month, in order to train weapon range skill. Yes, they need to. These archery ranges need to be within a barracks. So that's what I'm trying to do now. And here we have our adamantine forge. Bender says, I couldn't get the archery bolt recycle system to work at all. I was hoping to see it work for you. Well, yeah, let's see. We will see. Oh, it works, it works. They are shooting. The shooting direction was essential, but my archery is so precise that they... But it doesn't recycle. They shoot past. If they shoot and break at this wall. So what needs to happen here? I don't know what exactly is needed here. Oh, I see. We need a wall here. The arrow will hit the wall and drop, and because it drops more than like 1 Z level, it will not break, but be there left to be picked up. Good evening, Egberg Arna. Is it evening already? Oh boy, yes, indeed it is. 6 p.m. Wow, yes. So we've got only a couple of hours left. I think I will end the stream at 9 p.m. latest. Because tomorrow I need to be at work again pretty soon, pretty early. They work. So I need now something like a wall. build a wall here. Oh, my precious copper arrows. Yeah, Linus, we have decided that we want above ground barracks for once, so they don't train in the darkness of the cave. And also recyclable arrows, because we are burning through the arrows here very quickly. We deplete our metal metal supplies rapidly. It's a bone bolt or steel bolt? Silver bolt. Whew, I better not have them training yet. Let me change the shooting direction. This should stop them from training, yeah. And there is one in melee 3. One free position in melee 3. Yeah, Bembul Bimethap died. Well, no, he didn't die, but I guess it was one of the infected guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it wasn't. I still have 5 infected dwarves. I don't know. Maybe it's melee 3. I released somebody. So melee 3 is who is it? 2, 3 spear dwarves, 2 mace dwarves, 2 hammer dwarves, and 1 axe dwarf, 1 sword dwarf. Yeah, we can use another axe dwarf. So who will it be? Ooh. Who will it be? The axe dwarf. We have absolutely unexperienced guys here, but a very strong guy is this Erib Kodor. Oh, he's a legendary farmer. Well, you got one more legendary farmer and already a third legendary farmer in the other military. Yeah, and for farmer or not, he is very strong. Erib Kodor and good recuperation. Erib Kodor will make it into the melee 3 squad. And as for equipment, Erib Kodor will have shirt, dress, metal breastplate, metal helm, metal gauntlet, or do you think we should we give him leather armor for starters? Wouldn't it be easier for him to learn with leather armor? But he's strong, he will be able to carry metal. So let's change the material here. Metal high boot. Metal shield, copper spear. Why? Copper spear? No. Weapon, specific weapon. You will have no steel short, steel spear. He could become a steel dwarf, but steel short sword, steel spear, steel battle axe. I'll take this steel short sword. Three adamantine strands. Strand extractor. His experience is now 300. At 500 he will become a novice strand extractor. and with that a novice crafts dwarf, so he will appear then blue, light blue, like this one. These ramps constructed? Yes, they're all constructed. Okay, now we have some blocks. Build floor. We can build a floor right here. Another floor right here. And the third floor, right. Bender, did you know that there is actually a much more efficient archery, like sort of exploit, like the same sort of exploit with the spear traps, where you have wooden training spears attacking your dwarves in a danger room. Something similar is there for Mark's dwarfs, where you recover most of the arrows, because here, if your Mark's dwarves become good at Mark's dwarfship, they will hit the target and the arrow will break. But in that proposed setting and configuration of things, they actually don't break the arrows. I'm not sure whether I should try it out now. Well, you need creatures for it, for bolt recovery. Yes, it's much better for bolt recovery. I think they have something like close to 100% bolt recovery. Let me find it in the forums. It was now that I have 2 goblins, I could actually build it. It was... Where did I see it? Oh, it's Reddit, but no, that's... New generation ammo splitter. That was the ammo splitter. Yeah. So this is what it looks like exactly. It's very hard to understand how he writes it, but that is... I think I understood it. Yeah. The point here being that the Marks Dwarf fires diagonally top to bottom somehow. I assume. I don't even know whether it's top to bottom or bottom to top, but it's 99% recycle rate, which is good here. He doesn't even say what first level is, second level, third level. Maybe it's bottom to top or top to bottom. Maybe it doesn't even matter. So because he wrote something up and then he improved it even much better and did only, of course, write up the differences rather than writing up a completely new thing. I think it was like that. But there is another guy who says, marksman window opening. Ah. Yeah, no, it's too complicated. Marksman window opening for 13 ticks. Yeah, you first have to get such automated mechanism to open you a window for 13 ticks. So you need first to catch a pair of or some enemies. Once you have the enemies trapped, how can he hold ogres here? Ogres are building destroyers. They can bash the door. Why don't they do it? How do you manage to get the trolls or any target creatures in place and ensure that they don't get away? Yes. If you want to be 100% safe, carve the structure out of natural rock and smooth it. trap a cage, build a cage near the structure, pit it. Okay, the wiki article is here. Stupid dwarf take bolt splitting operation. So it's even written up in a wiki here now. Bolt splitting. It basically the training here, the training of marksmanship is a side effect. What was wanted here is a way how to split these 25 stacks of arrows to melt the arrows individually, probably. So he wanted a way how he can very quickly and very efficiently convert one stack of 25 arrows or bolts into 25 stacks of one bolt each. So it wasn't meant to be for training, but it works for training, of course. But this bolt splitting operation is some different one. Yeah, here people also don't understand the design. So you have archers in one tube without fortifications and a monster bottom with tube with no fortification. How does the archer know how to shoot anything? There is no visual. Maybe I'm just... But this is how it's... okay. So this is how we see it, yes. This is now good. This is now the tagged version. So the well is entirely unnecessary here, we know. Marks dwarfs are stationed at the X. Okay, and from the top you have to cover it because other dwarves would see and be horrified by the creature. They go up the tower through the left-hand side. Wait, up the tower. If this is z plus 0, so up the tower is this direction. They go up the tower through the left-hand side and down the hatch. Huh? What? So is it down or up? No, this must be the top level. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. This is the top level. So they go up the tower, down the hatch. Okay, they go through here and down through this hatch. Okay, yes, it makes sense now. Marks dwarfs gain a line of sight to the creature through the blue line because they have 3 tiles here. Here is a double tile open. This is actually a floor, I think. And this is a channel. This is channel. Then there is a well, which is, as we know, probably unnecessary. And this is the loose creature. This creature has to be loose and must not climb. And nor go through the door. I don't understand how can they have it even with a door here. Anyway, he sees it. He has the line of sight from the blue line here, so he can see it here. However, due to the firing angle, the bolts will always follow the red line trajectory and land harmlessly on the floor. And that's it. That's basically the whole trick. When done, unlock the door at Z+2, unforbid the bolts and collect. And how exactly do they ensure that this guy is not horrified by this creature? If they have hatches, the more efficient design works using the same principle, but with two notable differences. At the red square, there is no longer a hatch. Instead, it is a down staircase. But this is free, okay. Instead of Marksdwarfs being stationed at the square, a one-tile burrow consisting of the square is created, and Marksdwarfs are ordered to defend the burrow. Marksdwarfs will thus pile up in the one-tile burrow, see the creature, and start firing as per usual. Okay. I would assume that the creature should be within a cage. No. They will not fire at a creature in a cage where it's built and connected to a lever remotely released. Either that or it's pitted from the Z+2 hole. It is pitted from the Z+2 hole. Or any Z hole before this is built. Perfect explanation, thanks for posting. As long as the troll is confined within that one square, I don't think it matters whether he is or isn't chained. Maybe it does help to prevent climbing, I don't know, along with all the usual problems faced when chaining hostile enemies. It wouldn't matter as long as the walls are smoothed, as the design suggests. They won't be able to climb anything and will just be confined to the 1x1. Well, problem is smoothed walls, right? It must not be constructed walls. It looks like an above ground structure though, and walls made from blocks are climbable. They're more difficult than rough walls, but unlike natural walls that are smoothed, they are possible to climb. From the sounds of it, original poster dug this out expressly so he could smooth everything. Definitely doable as an above ground thing though, with a little more risk involved in the climbability. Smoothed natural walls and built walls look the same, at least in Phoebus. It's only once you engrave smoothed walls they look different. Well, okay. I also have an Etin captured, but I'm slightly more frightened to pit him, since he could accomplish more damage. I'm thinking of doing this, but adding a lever-controlled hatch for the arrow recovery level. At some point, ammo splitting is necessary, so setting them to forbid ammo after shots. Huh? Putting the lever close. Putting the lever to close the levers will prevent archers shooting the target and the haulers. Yes, I understand. So he added a hatch there. Yeah, exactly. It's very good. Oh, archery target is a room within a Z level only. Could you use an archery target instead of life ammo, life target to accomplish this, or does pathing not count climbable path within Z level? Yeah. Shooting at a live target gains you 30 XP per shot versus 5 or 6 XP per shot at an archery target. So they gain quite a bit faster. Plus, who cares about vengeful thoughts? Well, yes, but this is the post I was thinking about. I'm not sure whether I should set it up, because this would require an underground structure, and all the effort I have put into this fortress now in the last 6 months was to construct an archery range where my dwarves would train above ground rather than underground, right? So you know about this, Bender, and you were trying to set it up, but it was too complicated. Well, it's not too complicated once you know how it actually works and is built. When I first read it, these explanations were not here with these Z+ levels and line of sight and anything. I basically had to figure it out myself. And it took me hours to understand it. It's, well, it's not too hard. And what you see then later on is that they combine it. They have like 4 rooms and are firing at 4 targets from 4 different rooms using one central thing. And he still didn't put it in the wiki. This is... This is gold, but he doesn't wikify it. Well, I think it feels like an exploit. Like a big exploit, same like the danger rooms. Gladehames really does... It is really not necessary for Gladehames to use this sort of archery training, right? So... Because we already have elite marks dwarves, and those who aren't elite are getting there very fast. Although, you know what? We could have this above ground. We could have it above ground, because all it needs is smoothed walls where the creature is. All the structure above it can be constructed and climbable. So we could just dig, I don't know, like 6 layers deep hole from here until we reach smoothable natural stone. We'll smooth it, put the creature there, and it still be above ground then for the archers. I don't know how many dwarves can fit onto one tile. But we've got 2 goblins, which we could pit. How would you ensure to put the goblin there? If you pit him, will he fall down through the well? Like, I don't buy this door here. Goblins and ogres and trolls especially are building destroyers. I don't think that they would not destroy this door. But if we would pit him from here, question is, will he fall down through the well? And the well, as he say, is not necessary. On the 5th level is another well similar to the one on 3rd level, but to prevent the dwarves from jumping down to get the bolts lying on the floor. Dwarves are quite suicidal. No, they won't. The well is unnecessary. Okay, so this well is unnecessary. But wait, which well is unnecessary? Are we talking about this well or this well? One of them is only unnecessary. On the 5th level. Okay, so this well is necessary. I don't know why, but it is. The 5th level well is probably this. And that is unnecessary. Well, this is an even more efficient design. trouble is, how do you even smooth this? Oh, of course, I guess you can smooth it. As long as there is a channel. But if there is a channel or like a ramp, this is totally not possible to construct, is it? Because if you have a dwarf here who smooths the walls, how do you get him out? You could have here a floor hatch, but floor hatch can be destroyed. Building destroyers will destroy the floor hatch. Goblins won't. You could have a floor hatch, and then let the miner who is trapped here, like, open the floor hatch by a mechanism that the miner would fall 1 Z level, break his neck, but he would be out of there. Then you would have a floor hatch. Smoothed walls. You could build a well. Floor here, channel here. It would be possible. I think you could even have 2 such things firing at the same, or even 4 such things firing at the same target. You could have firing here. Well, I would want to try it, but not today, not today. Maybe during the week. I'm currently quite busy with this, and this needs to be done. We need good barracks here. But I have a clear idea how to set it up. It should not be too hard. If we could make adamantine bolts, use them in this bolt splitter. Infinite adamantine. No! Where Lemur has come. And I'm not prepared. Where Lemur. Ooh. I have so many civilians here. Huzzah, dwarves just created a masterwork archery target for all the good it does. Masterwork archery target? Is it even possible? They don't have quality archery targets, but you mean this where Lemur is an archery target now? Where Lemur? Laro Emoth Bitar. Okay. Yeah, they can set up masterwork buildings. Wow. Okay. That's good. Good masterwork buildings. Well, now about the where Lemur, I am not so sure how we will deal with this, but I guess attack it is all we can do, right? Should I try to restrict to safe burrows? Yes, I probably should. Well, Lemur attack. I think I will have this in a separate stream as a good night stream, and then call it a day. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes for the where Lemur attack. See you in a moment.